So in this video, we'll talk about product rule and quotient rule. We'll see what each one looks like, and we'll do some simple problems. So product rule states that we can find the derivative of f of x times g of x by finding f prime of x times g of x plus f of x times g prime of x. A lot of people will memorize this equation using left and right. So we have our left side, which is our f of x, and our right side, which is our g of x. So using left and right, we have left prime of x, or f of x, times the right plus right prime times left. Basically, this and this is the same thing. Left prime times right plus right prime times left. Or f of x times g prime of x plus f prime of x times g of x. It doesn't matter whether this goes on the left side and this one on the right side. Since you're adding them, it doesn't matter. Okay, so here we have x third times x squared plus 4x. So what I recommend doing is try to visualize some kind of divider here. So that way I have my f of x and g of x. So in this case, using product rule, we can find the derivative. So we'll have f prime of x, which in this case is going to be the derivative of this, which is 3x squared, times g of x, which is just going to be this one, plus f of x, which is going to be x to the third power, times g prime of x, which is going to be the derivative of this, 2x, plus 4. Derivative of 4x is just going to be 4. Okay, so using algebra, I can just multiply 3x squared to x squared plus 4x, which in this case is going to be 3x squared times x squared. It's going to be 3x to the fourth power plus 3x squared times 4x is going to be 12x to the third power plus x to the third power times 2x is going to be 2x to the fourth power. Then x to the third power times 4 is going to be 4x to the third power. And then we can further simplify this by combining like terms. In this case, I have an x to the fourth here, and then an x to the fourth here. Okay, so here I have x to the third power, and the same one over here, x to the third power. So if I combine them, I'll have 3x to the fourth plus 2x to the fourth. It's going to be 5x to the fourth plus 12x to the third power plus 4x to the third power. It's going to be 16x to the third power. So we're here at our final answer, 5x to the fourth plus 16x to the third. So essentially you could have just multiplied x to the third power to x squared plus 4x, But I wanted to show you guys how product rule works over here. But of course, the easiest way is, of course, by multiplying this to this. And I can show you that too. So if we do that, x to the third times x to the squared power, x squared is going to be x to the fifth plus x to the third power times 4x is going to be 4x to the fourth power. And to find the derivative of this, you got to find the derivative of the individual ones. So here I'll have 5x to the fourth. The derivative of this is 16x to the third. And you can see they're the same thing. Okay, so quotient rule. We can find the derivative of f of x divided by g of x by using quotient rule. So quotient rule looks like this. So it's going to be g of x times the derivative of f of x minus f of x times the derivative of g of x divided by g of x squared. Okay, so here we have another example, another simple example. 6x squared divided by 2 minus x. So we can find the derivative of this using quotient rule. Okay, so we can start. So here we'll have our bottom. We can leave that one alone. G of x here. So 2 minus x times the derivative of the top, f prime of x. So in this case, it's going to be 12x. Then minus the top without doing anything, okay? So 6x squared times the derivative of bottom. So in this case, it's just going to be -1. So all that divided by the bottom squared, or g of x squared, okay? So again, we can just do algebra from here. Multiply these, and then of course subtract them and add them. Okay, so here we'll have 2 times 12x is going to be 24x. Then negative x times 12x, that's going to be negative 12x squared. Okay. Minus 6x squared times -1 is going to be negative 6x squared. And of course, negative times a negative is going to be a positive. Positive 6x squared. Okay, so here we had 24x minus 12x squared. Then of course you don't want to forget the bottom squared, which is 2 minus x squared. Okay, so we can further simplify this. So negative 12x squared plus 6x squared, they have the same exponent, x squared, then x squared. So we can combine these two to have a simpler term. So in this case, I'll have 24x minus 6x squared divided by 2 minus x squared. And of course, if you want to, just to make sure that we cannot cancel anymore, we can still simplify this. So it's going to be 6x times, so 24 divided by 6x is going to be 4 minus, this is all I have left over here would be 6x squared divided by 6x. It's going to be x. Okay, divided by 2 minus x squared. So I don't see anything up here that are the same for my denominator, so I cannot cancel anything anymore. So this or this could be my final answer. Okay?